And today is an operation day. Did I play the Brits? Simply because this Spitfire is the highest you can get here. I guess we're playing Brits today. Unfortunately, that's not the one. No interesting bombs in here. So we're going with the speed. Twins, whatever, SPGs. You would be easy to do. Okay, let's go on to the main map as well. No, it's not. I don't think that's a good idea. It's not really a great vehicle. Simply because of how slow its turret is.
Into your vehicles. Button up. Driver ready. Gunner ready. Loader ready.
Really? You went to the right first, and then you've decided to change directions completely and bump into me. Then you were completely stopped by a freaking pine tree because of that. And you blame me by and you showed it by shooting at me with a machine gun. Good decision making on your side.
Artillery strike. Coordinates. Delta. 4. Destroy. Delta. 4. Acknowledged. Open fire.
What's my reload? 7. Not great. Not terrible.
T-34. 1 o'clock. 300.
Right. A direct shot to the side. Nothing happens with the vehicle.
300 meters. Airstrike incoming.
At the very least, this one did freaking die. At the very least, it died to a second shot. Oh, and I'm completely... and I should be completely fine under this cliff. I hope.
Attention to the map. We don't have the advantage anymore.
How the fuck you didn't die?
Tank, 10 o'clock, near.
Really? Finally. I did not see that freaking truck at all. Even though it's in the freaking open. What's funny is I know exactly where this Nikolaos is.
Attention to the designated grid square.
God damn it, and it got stolen. Right, and I was about to take care of it. And the enemy pile simply came and crashed into the ground.
Attention to the map.
There is another plane that I hear, but I do not freaking see still.
We're ahead of the enemy. Enemy forces have captured a zone.
Oh, that's KV1. Okay, I'm not gonna be able to penetrate that. And that's another KV. There's another one. Right, direct hit to the engine with the engine destruction, but no fire.
Attention to the designated grid square. Keep it up and victory will be ours. Air 190. Height 400 meters. Attention to the map. Attention to the map. Returning to the airfield.
I'm out of ammo, but I did manage to stop the Panther.
Attention to the map.
And of course, the jumping up and down is still not fixed, and never gonna be fixed. It seems. Because why the fuck the developers would fix something that doesn't fucking work?
Most of the zones are taken by the enemy.
Yep, apparently all of this was not enough to win this. And we have a medium tank that's just running away from the capture point. We have a Tiger taking the C point and another SPG around it. Okay, they were able. The PT-76 is capable, it seems. Right. Fuel tanks destroyed. No fire inside as usual.
Allied forces have captured a zone.
Request target for airstrike. Attention to the designated grid zone.
Allied forces have captured a zone.
Attention to the designated grid zone. Attention to the map. Air 160. Height 400.
Yeah. Engine is destroyed,
Designated grid zone. Air 20.
but the vehicle is completely intact otherwise. And no engine fire.
Air 270. Height 400 meters.
Victory is near. Request air recon.
Roger that.
Allied forces have captured a zone. Enemy forces have captured a zone. A little more effort and victory will be ours.
How the heck did I kill the Su-85? I don't think I've set it on fire. Did the player left the game? Full down here. Amazing. Let's go with the Challenger.
To battle. Fire alarm. Driver ready. Gunner ready. Loader ready.
Right. Well, thanks for that at the very least, I guess. How the fuck your gunner was able to survive that? Or your gunner was already dead? Is that how it is?
Tracks have been replaced. Armor piercing. Loading. Target destroyed. Armor piercing. Loading.
Damn it. Do I have enough points for a nuke? Yes, I do.
The enemy's getting closer to victory. Attention to the designated grid zone! Attention to the map!
And it's strange that the engines of the Lancaster just die out immediately once you stop the engines. It's not usually how it happen. What happens with the other engines? They usually auto-rotate. But these stop immediately. So the next one's going for their spawn point, I hope. Great, there's an enemy plane that's flying completely unnoticed by every fucking idiot on the team. There's clearly a plane somewhere in here, but I have no freaking clue where the heck exactly it is. Oh, I already have a Canberra. But why not to have a Canberra with a freaking Hispanos? Why the heck it's even of a lower rating though? $807 at 3. 2713. So the max speed is higher, but the rate of the climb is slower. That's freaking strange. Whatever, I guess. Another full down tier. Let's go south, I guess.
Driver ready. Gunner ready. Loader ready. Artillery strike. Coordinates. Delta. 3. Destroy. Delta. 3. Acknowledge. Open fire.
I'm sorry.
Okay, now I'm curious if the southern part of the left bottom part of this map is even available. Hey VCH, this is what the heck it is, a 5.3 today, even though the battles are full down tiers mostly, which makes this battle into a 6.3 one. Okay, so you can go through here. We have some polls in the chat. Today is the operation of the second battle of the Alamein, which is where I'm using this Spitfire to progress it, because I already had a Spitfire of 5.0, I think, which still had some modules still not researched. And now I'm using the one that I've completed the research of its modules already, simply because I'm doing the operation today. Oh, I feel like I won't have enough freaking time. Yep. Great, so you can go from the right team there, but you cannot go from the left team. What exactly do you mean? The tech tree? The tech tree is British. Let's start our attack at 14 kilometers per hour speed. Should I actually go north instead? Maybe. I would say that in my case that's experience at the very least. But on the other hand, I even saw some idiots like blatantly claiming that they're using ultra low quality simply because it gives them an upper hand in spotting. Right. And another hacker retard. That doesn't fucking hurt at all, because it's fucking filled with imbeciles incapable of doing shit with their own fucking two hands. And this one is another evidence of that bullshit. I have more evidence ready. Like, check out how my jumbo got killed without penetration, without overpressure, because that's only like, what, 15 millimeters of penetration if I'm not mistaken, from a heat shell like that. Check out how an enemy BMP survived a direct hit with a 9 kilos of TNT to the face, and absolutely nothing has happened to it. Even though 9 kilos provide you with 50 plus millimeters of overpressure penetration. So that's just to give you some context on why the heck you can see that text in the top part of the screen. Unfortunately, with the time going by, the game's going through more and more shitification by the devs, and it's getting worse and worse by the patch, and the hotfixes don't really even fix that much. And it's highly unfortunate, I guess, because previously this game was much more enjoyable than it is right now. And unfortunately, the players continue to support the devs, even though they're clearly taking some more than questionable decisions. I mean, yeah, balancing out the matches is another issue as well. I feel it's long past time they should have been decreased the balancing fork from 3 full steps to 2 steps at the very least, so you shouldn't be able to see vehicles that are full 1.0, higher than your vehicles are. Because the devs do not really even have any matchmaking system work going on. Great. All they have is a fucking popularity poll that does absolutely nothing to provide fair matchmaking. Basically the experience as well. It kind of gets written in your brain after all the time you play in it. You kind of see the distance to the enemy if you have played enough. And also, you can actually measure distance on the map now. Previously, the scale wasn't there, but they kind of added it. So now you can see the measurements of the squares. So you can also estimate the distance by using that. Like, we click here, that's these squares. That's about basically 700 or so. Let's measure the distance. Well, it's 6, but I feel like it's still close to the 700. Because the range-finding measurements are not really that precise, unless you're using a laser rangefinder that you can find on later battle ratings. But yeah, if you're like shooting long range, even out of range, that, you know, there's like limits to the rangefinder. It's like about a kilometer, I guess. Yeah, as you can see here. You can drop the group mark and try to measure your distance around that. You can also like draw a circle with the radius given. Really? I didn't shoot? For fuck's sake. Apparently, that shot never has happened. See? Now I did spend my second high explosive shell. And this is another evidence of how this fucking game is rigged. Against me specifically, I guess. If only the jump over there saw the M18 over here. Or it can just set itself up for my shot. Too high. Why? Because, well, you actually saw why. Because you saw this Waffentrager with a long barrel 88 shooting at my back and not killing my crew at all. Because the shots have had to go through the engine, and while they did destroy the engine itself, they were unable to reach my crew at all. I feel like that's the same player. I'm not sure. I didn't check the name previously.
Armor piercing, loaded.
No, it's a different one. Okay. That was simply based on the SPGs. Not really creative. There's a bunch of IS tanks that can do the same. You can actually do that on IS-1 and 2 vehicles. He breaches that on this one. Ouch. I'm pretty sure there's an enemy behind this, as well as somebody is trying to shoot me from there. Yeah, what you gonna do without the gun barrel? Nothing. Oh, great. Here comes another one. Okay, stop shooting. I don't like you shooting at me. Ouch! There's another one! Okay, at the very least this one's done, but I feel like I'm done as well. And that's the same VPF player. That's interesting. Should I try and win this one? Or should I just use the Spitfire? There is no point of shooting cupolas with solid shots, and solid shots is what most of the British vehicles have. They do not have any high explosive filament, so all they do is kinetic and shrapnel damage after the penetration the armor plates. So that's basically useless if you're trying to shoot cupolas with solid shots from the British vehicles. At the same time, the British cannons usually provide extensive high penetration values, which basically allows you to deal enough damage to one-shot enemies. Yeah, unfortunately it's not always the case. God damn it. Not always the case. Because sometimes Snail's gonna freaking F you up. And I do not think that was a really that steep of a dive for a Spitfire to not been able to get out of it. So that's kinda strange. Okay, that one over there is dead. The M10. Usually you should try to find some ambush, and well, place from which you can ambush enemies. Right. This is exactly what I was talking about. I did 0 damage to an open-topped, almost armorless vehicle. Oh, great. Well, at least I've survived that. Somehow. Ooh. that building? Okay, not anymore. You may ask, how the heck do I know the distance? You see, I know the exact distance to the freaking sea point. The problem is there's way too freaking many planes in the air at the moment. And I guess I've gotta capture the B point. I also feel like we're not gonna be in this one with this many airplanes in the air. Or maybe they're gonna be able to deal with themselves. By themselves. Okay, I'm kinda surprised that I was able to handle these shots. Yeah, I don't need you in here. Interesting, so the light tank over there was able to, well, that's a Hellcat, was able to decap the point and was able to kill the Tiger just only now. Artillery strike, well, I usually use it in, okay, so I think there are 3 cases in which I'm using it. First one is, I guess, at the start of the battle when you know which roads are usually taken by the players. Well, you can usually see which roads are used by the players when you start the battle, and you're just capable of reaching, I don't know, from here this you're capable of reaching this road, for example, while on some maps you actually can reach almost to the enemy spawn points. Oh, for fuck's sake. Well, at the very least, this bomb's not gonna reach me. Or, when you see somebody capturing a point, you drop an artillery strike over there. And the third scenario is when you see somebody camping at some spot, some corner, angle, whatever, behind a building, and you know that they're gonna take their time sitting there. You drop another one there. And hopefully they're still gonna be there when the artillery strike gonna hit. And even though my did hit at the enemy on the B point, unfortunately it was not enough to kill it.
Allied forces have captured the zone. The enemy has most of the strategic zones.
But at the very least it did provide me some intelligence. And now I know that that was some SPG. And since it wasn't killed, it must be some not top-and-topped one. Yep, I suppose it was this guy. not really much needing that. You just go towards the point where you saw an enemy or had any info about any enemies, and you can start an ambush by killing your engine. Really? How the fuck are you still alive? Ah, damn it. I'm not gonna reload in time. And I cannot really run away with the reverse speed of a British vehicle. I'm not really sure how the heck the M44 has managed to miss me either way. Basically point blank distance, and still didn't land the shot. There's a Panther over there. And the tickets on our team are gone. But I feel like I should get the award. Yes, I did get the... what the heck is the name of the reward? I forgot. Oh, the heavy metal one. Yep. This is basically the current objective for the dailies. Besides the operation. And the operation is 75% done as well. So here you can see the list of vehicles I've gotta use. Although it's kinda easier to check the vehicles here, because you can see the battle ratings. What do you mean addicted? I am addicted to an extent. I did get my gold from the Thunder show, so I have all the battle passes for free basically, and to continue having them for free I have to basically complete the dailies and the challenges of each battle pass. So I am addicted to an extent, but I clearly see the faults of the game, because I'm kinda doing some quality assurance work on the side. But at the same time, I do play more than War Thunder. It's not the only game that I play. It's not, well, unfortunately, it's not the game that I enjoy as much as I did before. Due to, well, multiple reasons, I guess. And this is a 6-0 battle. Almost a full down tier, but not a full one. Well, up tier, I mean. Also, I'm kind of confused with the terminology of up tier, down tier. I suppose when the game is throwing you down the list, it's an up tier? Which one is it? See, English is not my first language, not my mother tongue. And I've never really bothered too much to check out which is which. So like you see, there's like a very well-known position over there in these rocks. So you can drop an artillery over there after a few seconds from the start of the battle, because there's definitely gonna be enemies over there. And I already hear some enemies over here. See? Hits, critical, destruction. Come on, why the heck I do not see shit? Right. Two people right in the middle of the fucking shots just completely brushed off the shot itself.
Request air support.
My PC. The GPU is 6650 XT and the CPU is Ryzen 5 360 3600X, I think. I feel like it's a fifth one, but I'm honestly don't remember. Yeah, it is the Ryzen 5 3600X. And 48 gigs of RAM. It's like two planks, 2 of 8 and 2 of 16. And as you can see here, I was able to completely destroy the engine of the T-34. But it was not enough to set it on fire or anything else like that. Ouch. Why the heck am I drifting sideways? I mean, it's 140. That's high enough, I think. I do not use the completely full maximum graphics. But these are my graphics for, I guess. Right, there's an enemy plane. Fucking amazing, that's a Yak 9. That's gonna destroy all the ground forces. All by himself. Oh, that's really awful. I suppose it is still kinda playable, but but shouldn't be really a pleasant experience at all. Come on, we have two SPAs right beside me, and none of them were able to destroy a single Yak. And one even got fucking killed by the Yak.
Armor piercing loaded. Target damage.
Yeah, right.
Armor piercing loaded. Target hit.
Yep, absolutely no damage.
Armor piercing loaded.
That's the same freak, by the way, that survived the direct hit with a Challenger shot. And these are the shots. That's enough to easily penetrate the King Tiger's frontal turret face. Friggin' finally.
Armor piercing loaded.
It took way too freaking much time to kill a single chin or two. Yeah, that they do. But it's what? Battle mode? Yeah, it's battle mode. So it will take them some time to do it. It takes a lot of time to capture a point, the base point, unless you're capturing it with like 4 players at the very least. Right. Another quote-unquote critical damage. And the kill got freaking stolen. And another hacker retard. Wow. Oh, great! Our planes were fucking incapable of providing the air cover. Okay, this yak just decided to kill itself. I feel like I've heard some other engine sound, but I'm not sure. Well, one tank was easily killable with a small caliber machine gun, the ASU-57 that I've heard on my left. The other one I didn't care because I saw it was shooting with a machine gun at me, even though it was a high caliber one. Because the high caliber machine guns are not enough to penetrate the skin's turret or even sides, I think, as well. So I didn't care because I knew it was an SPA, some kind of an SPA trying to shoot me. So I didn't care until I've killed the SU-57, because that one had a proper gun that was capable of penetrating the Sherman's base and the turret. So the main problem was that vehicle, Seems like there's somebody coming through here.
Artillery strike. Coordinates. Delta. Right.
Hopefully that's something I can kill, or maybe not. Yeah, cannot do shit with the T-44. 34. For some freaking reason, my autocannons are incapable of even damaging its freaking breach. Even though they should be. If I'm not mistaken, the frontal plate right in front of the breach is like 30 millimeters thick. And it shouldn't be a problem at all.
Artillery strike. Coordinates. Delta. 6.
Maybe that's because it was the quad cannon? That's 4 coaxial cannons, basically. I'm not the sound designer of this game. I'm not even employed by them, even though I did try to apply once at quality assurance. But I've never heard the word back. So here we are. Now I'm curious where the heck that T-34 is. Did it already pass through here? Or is it still in there somewhere? Seems like there's also somebody on that space, on that place where I've dropped my artillery strike at the beginning of the map. Yeah! He knew exactly where the fuck I was. He didn't give a shit about me previously. And he knew exactly where the fuck the other guy on the shelf over there was. And 2 direct shots at the battle compartment was still not enough to finish off a T-34. Why the fuck did I click on the battle log and the game has decided to not show me it? Yes, I am playing on PC, if that's what you're asking. Even though my account is PSN associated. Because I did try to play it on PlayStation and I did not like the controls at all. But judging from what I experienced, there is a bunch of console players after all. And they do have some unfair advantages from what I see. Because it's quite often when you're getting shot through a smoke screen. It's quite often when a console player just completely ignores your shots. And this is another example of a full up tier. Another 6.3 battle with a 5.3 setup. Let's go with this.
Button up. Driver ready. Gunner ready. Loader ready.
I mean, I did tell you my PC specs. No, that was M18s. I do not see an M10 on my team. Let's see if we can go through here. And the worst part is that I don't even have any smokes on this vehicle. Why the heck did it went twice as high as I was aiming it? Ah, damn it, there are two of them! I did not expect a second one. Oh. Okay, let's try the talk again. I mean, I saw someone, and by that someone I saw the Panther. It was even scattered. The problem is, nobody has told me that there was another T-34 over there as well. I feel it was relatively close, but not close enough, I guess. At the very least, that Yak 9 was unable to fly. In between these skyscrapers. It wasn't able to kill anybody and crashed during its first attack. I suppose he did hit some of the skyscrapers. What? My machine gun cannot go higher than that while my cannon can? What? Aren't they supposed to be connected to each other? I mean, maybe there were some engineering limitations that didn't allow that, but that's really some strange. So it's either, in my opinion, it's either the engineering error, or it's an error on the Gaijin side. And knowing Gaijin, I would bet on them, and actually, than on an engineer that were unable to make the machine gun go higher. Really? See, even though they do immobilize me, they're not able to deal the critical damage to my vehicle. But how the heck? Well, okay, that did immobilize the enemy this time.
Armor piercing. Loaded.
So many Panthers! So freaking many of them! Although it's gonna take some time until I'm gonna be able to kill all the crew.
Target destroyed. Armor piercing. Loaded. Target destroyed. Armor piercing. Loaded.
What you mean? Killing enemies with solid shots? As I was saying, these shots do not have the high explosive filament. Oh, for fuck's sake. I was angling. I didn't let them penetrate into the battle compartment. All their shots were only able to destroy my engine at some point. And that's only my maneuverability, not my survivability. And apparently none of them knew that you should shoot at the turret of the dog. Well, they did have to get out of their cover themselves to shoot at my turret. Except for this panther, because I didn't see it coming when I was busy with the other panther on my left. Okay, I feel like these guys want me dead. And I feel like I'm about to get bombed by them. Nope. Most of the early breed vehicles do not have any APHE shots. Only some of the vehicles from other tech trees have them. Fucking amazing. And now I'm being killed by Yak. Oh, that wasn't a Yak. That was the duck. The German Henschel. No, it wasn't. If it was the duck, I would be already dead, I think. At least there should be enough explosives inside the shot of a duck. Yeah, and most of the Brit vehicles do not, which is basically the difference. At the same time, Brits really do have early APDS shots with high velocity and high penetration values, but not really that much post-penetration damage because of that, because of the lack of the height of the filament inside. Too late. But I feel like I had a small chance of killing that. If I knew that he's coming in my sight. I don't have a feeling. I know that this Panther prototype is nearby, because it killed the IRL-44 nearby not so long ago. It got killed like here, I think? Or oh, that's the ARL. So yeah, it got killed nearby, so I knew there was an enemy somewhere. Somewhere close. Not logs exactly. I'm just showing you that I knew that there was somebody else. The decision that there's an enemy was taken into account when I saw an ally disappearing here. You should pay attention to the minimap and the blue tanks disappearing. That's how you know that there's an enemy somewhere nearby. Well, nearby depending on the map. Because some shots can be made from huge distance, while others are not the same. I've reached the freaking... Ah, for fuck's sake. I'm not sure I'm gonna have enough time to replace the gunner until it's gonna reload. Yep.
The enemy controls most of the strategic zones.
Is this La 11 completely blind, or they do not really care that there are planes of opposing teams flying next to each other. Yeah, right. That was not enough somehow. Finally? That's an enemy, isn't it? Yes, it is. Completely invulnerable to AP belts. There's actually a slight chance of us still winning this one.
Attention to the designated grid zone.
Well, not exactly empty. It's been captured by an ally.
Attention to the designated grid zone.
And the enemy shouldn't reach the point now.
Forces have captured a zone.
With a missing engine.
Allied forces have captured a zone.
Nope, that's an enemy plane coming at me. Well, maybe not at me, actually. Okay, severe damage is enough for me. And there's a tiger on the A point, which will take way too much time to burn it down. I don't really have that much ammo left. Okay, this one's dead. Okay, I won't be able to penetrate this one either. Especially since the IL-2 was able to kill the tiger. Okay, only 40 shots left. That should be enough to finish off the Panther. Yep.
Returning to the base.
When it's out of ammo, you go back to the airfield for a refuel and reload. But I guess this battle does not really need any of that. I feel like we should win this by the tickets. Alright. The moment I said that, the enemies were able to reach the C point somehow. The Il-10's attacking some wrong targets. And the skyscraper, it seems. The problem with these two is that they're both going for the C point. If somebody is gonna decapture the B point at this right now, right this moment, we're gonna be losing this battle simply because of the drainage of the tickets. Even spawning in the ground vehicle is not gonna be really helpful. Because I'm gonna spawn way too freaking far away from any capture points.
Our victory is near.
Where the heck are you going? Freaking decapture the C point! What an idiot. So instead of draining the enemy team out of the tickets, he decided to chase down somebody. And now the enemies are gonna go for the A point instead, since they were able to kill the guy over there. But now we should drain the enemy tickets. Yep, and it's done. And that's gonna be enough for today's dailies. What are the next operations, though? Oh. Oh, well, at the very least, I suppose I can use the 0 for this one. Or the G4 even. And this one's gonna be an easy 6.7 battle, I guess. With the King Tigers. I mean, that wasn't a single win. It wasn't the first one either. But yeah, that's only a third win of the day. At the same time, we had 3 defeats in a row. So that's 50-50. As you can see, playing for Germany feels a little bit better, it seems. Maybe. And I don't have any additional battles. Either way, that's gonna be enough for today. See you next time. I hope I'm gonna play something else today later. But I do not have... I'm not sure if I'm gonna have enough time for that. So that's it for now. Bye bye. See you next time.